Brought to you by Penguin.
Imperium by Robert Harris. Read by Bill Wallis. Tyro. Marcus Tullius, the secretary of Cicero. He was not only the amanuensis of the orator and his assistant in literary labour, but was himself an author of no mean reputation, and the inventor of the art of shorthand, which made it possible to take down fully and correctly the words of public speakers, however rapid their enunciation. After the death of Cicero, Tyro purchased a farm in the neighbourhood of Puteoli, to which he retired, and lived, according to Hieronymus, until he reached his 100th year. Asconius Pedianus in Mylon 38 refers to the 4th book of a Life of Cicero by Tyro. Dictionary of Greek and Roman Biography and Mythology, Volume 3, edited by William L. Smith, London, 1851. Innumerabilia tua sunt in me officia, domestica, forensia, urbana, provincialia, in re privata, in publica, in studiis, in litteris nostris. Your services to me are beyond count, in my home and out of it, in Rome and abroad, in private affairs and public, in my studies and literary work. Cicero, Letter to Tyro, the 7th of November, 50 BC. Part 1. Senator, 79 to 70 BC. Urbem mi rufe cole, et in ista luce viva. Rome! Stick to Rome, my dear fellow, and live in the limelight. Cicero, Letter to Caelius, 26th of June, 50 BC. Chapter 1. My name is Tyro. For 36 years I was the confidential secretary of the Roman statesman Cicero. At first this was exciting, then astonishing, then arduous, and finally extremely dangerous. During those years I believe he spent more hours with me than with any other person, including his own family. I witnessed his private meetings and carried his secret messages. I took down his speeches, his letters, and his literary works, even his poetry. Such an outpouring of words that I had to invent what is commonly called shorthand to cope with the flow, a system still used to record the deliberations of the Senate, and for which I was recently awarded a modest pension. This, along with a few legacies and the kindness of friends, is sufficient to keep me in my retirement. I do not require much. The elderly live on air, and I am very old, almost 100, or so they tell me. In the decades after his death, I was often asked, usually in whispers, what Cicero was really like, but always I held my silence. How was I to know who was a government spy and who was not? At any moment I expected to be purged. But since my life is almost over, and since I have no fear of anything any more, not even torture, for I would not last an instant at the hands of the Carnifex or his assistants, I have decided to offer this work as my answer. I shall base it on my memory and on the documents entrusted to my care. Because the time left to me inevitably must be short, I propose to write it quickly using my shorthand system on a few dozen small rolls of the finest paper, hieratica no less, which I have long hoarded for the purpose. I pray forgiveness in advance for all my errors and infelicities of style. I also pray to the gods that I may reach the end before my own end overtakes me. Cicero's final words to me were a request to tell the truth about him, and this I shall endeavour to do. If he does not always emerge as a paragon of virtue, well, so be it. Power brings a man many luxuries, but a clean pair of hands is seldom among them. And it is of power and the man that I shall sing. By power, I mean official, political power.
Sample complete.
Ready to continue?